So did you steal this car?
No, I didn't steal the car.
How'd you get it?
I can get anything I want. And right now, I want a party.
Party?
Two normally nerdy teenage boys strike it rich when they create, through the use of a computer, a perfectly beautiful young woman who will obey their every wish in Weird Science, one of 4 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on At the Movies, the movie review program. I'm Gene Siskel, film critic of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert, film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times. In addition to Weird Science, which is the story of some bright high school kids...
Okay, coming up next at the movies, 2 computer whizzes design the perfect woman.
I'm taking Gary to...
It's called Weird Science, and for a lot of people, I think it's one of the most eagerly awaited films of the summer movie season, the late summer movie season, for 2 reasons. First, it was written and directed by John Hughes, who has made 2 very good films involving kids recently, 16 Candles, and then more recently, The Breakfast Club. And the other reason, at least that I've been looking forward so much to Weird Science, is its premise, which is that 2 kids managed to create, like modern Dr. Frankenstein's, a perfectly beautiful woman who will answer their every command. Sexist it may be, but it's still a cute idea.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
And I think that every little maniac in the movie-going world would have an answer to that question. That's Kelly LeBrock as the perfect woman, and this is the 2nd time she has played that role, in effect. She also starred as the dream girl, you remember, in the perfectly awful The Woman in Red. And I'm very sad to say this, but Weird Science doesn't turn out to be much better. I was stunned, actually, by how little was done with its engaging premise. How little was done that was either imaginative or funny or surprising. The film winds up insulting women and our intelligence with an awful lot of foul-mouthed toilet humor. One of the few modestly amusing scenes occurs when that perfect woman takes one of the boys to a swinging party and has to ask his parents for permission.
Yeah, well, I think it's time to go. You ready?
Where do you think you're going?
To a movie? Movie party is what it is, folks. We're going to a movie party.
A little liar. No, I've whipped up this nasty little soiree over at his friend Wyatt's house.
Swore what?
Soiree, honey. I think that means, party. Party.
You know, there's going to be sex, drugs, rock and roll, chips, dips, chains, whips. You know, your basic high school orgy type of thing.
Chips, dips, whips, your basic high school orgy. Not very funny. Now, when we get to the party, the film really falls into the dumper with violence and ugliness and stupidity. And even the character of the perfect woman, and boy, you could do a lot with that character changes because she turns out to have really a mind of her own. She's not just the boy's creation. She wants to teach the boys a lesson about life. This is sort of like little tacked on redeeming social value on a porno film. Weird Science is a weird movie. It's a good idea, but badly treated by a previously thoughtful, entertaining filmmaker. It caught me totally by surprise.
You're going way overboard on this one, Gene. This is a funny movie, and it is an entertaining movie. I don't know where you get this about toilet humor, violence.
Let me tell you where.
I mean, I think you're really way too sensitive.
First of all, I like foul-mouthed humor. The Last Detail is one of the foulest films ever created, and it was funny. So I'm no prude on that. But I'm telling you that the character of Anthony Michael Hall, the kid...
a wonderful performance.
No, I think a wonderful performance. He does the same thing over and over again, Roger, and that is...
Gee, that's funny. You liked him in
I did like him in
16 Candles when he played the wimp.
Yeah, he had a script. Here he has one toilet joke after another. If you took out every anal reference... I'm going up on your shoulder.
I know, I'm pushing you away.
Okay.
Just cool it down.
Yeah. If you took every single one of those out, he'd have a supporting role, not a starring role.
That happens to be the way he talks. It happens to be the way some high school kids talk. This movie is funny. The scene where they when they program the computer is funny. The scene where the woman appears is funny. The way she talks to them is funny.
That's the first 5 minutes of the movie.
One of the things that Hughes knows in this movie, and he knows in all of his movies, is how high school kids think. And of course, you said it was sexist. I guess it is sexist. Some high school kids are sexist. They have this woman. What do they do with her? I think it was fabulous that she turned out to have a mind of her own and that she tries to help them grow up instead of simply being a Playboy centerfold.
No, I think it would have been...
That's very interesting.
I think it would have been more fun, frankly, if it had gotten out of control with and they had learned the lesson on their own without her turning the character. But Roger, this script is full of it goes to toilet humor.
You're sounding like the parents committee.
No, I'm not like the parents committee. I like the howling when it came to vampire films, and I like all kinds of crazy teenage films, and this one is
I mean, your
garbage.
credentials are terrific, but you missed the boat on this one.
No,
Next.
quite wildly on weird science about kids creating a beautiful woman. I thought the film was insulting and gross. Roger thought it was funny all the way. And finally, two